at you in the morning. Not that someone smiles at you and you frown. That why is he smiling? What has triggered him to smile at me? Could he be mocking at me? Could she be mocking at me? No, don't take it that way. When someone smiles at you, smile back. For you never can tell what smile could do to someone somewhere. So this morning we decided to reflect about the importance of smiling. Yes, let us endeavor to cultivate the habit of smiling. Sometimes you might be watching me this morning and my smile only makes you to stay back connected to home TV. That's it. That's the spirit we are giving out to someone somewhere. That endeavor to continue smiling no matter the obstacles in life. Life has got plenty of problems. Life is a book. Each day presents to us different chapters. What are you reading today? You don't know what the story is going to tell you at the end of the day. So endeavor to continue smiling. Even if you are broke, you are jobless, just smile that there are better days ahead. That's it. Even Grand Barak at 70, God remembered him. So why shouldn't you think that God can remember you someday? All right, that's it in our reflection this morning. We are going to have Roger Etia to do for us le chien boit et le caravane passe. A dog is drinking. What happens? Enjoy the piece, and I shall be back after that with her head secret.
Willy Bernard Charles, le grand bassamois, de toujours et de tous les temps. Si c'est à fêter beau ce son nom, moi t'aime au sungera sami senowa, yala ola guava. Si c'est à fêter beau ce son nom, moi t'aime au sungera sami senowa, yala ola guava. Massata Dundia Aïcha de Matogoma, sois courageuse, tente-moi ton cœur. Tout bel ami, Ibokila Daniel Okuku Dangilae, Mao, Mawondena tout bel ami, Ibokila Daniel Okuku Dangilae. Après la pluie c'est le beau temps, à que vaillant rien d'impossible. L'apparence n'est pas réalité, mon diamio. Après la pluie c'est le beau temps, à que vaillant rien d'impossible. L'apparence n'est pas réalité, mon diamio. C'est le chien qui aboie la caravane de passe. Namanengele wa sonne polo, les mamouam na tena punya kwa mi bosuka no songo. C'est le chien qui aboie la caravane de passe. Namanengele wa sonne polo, les mamouam na tena punya kwa mi bosuka no songo. Limbe sonyolo. Si c'est à pété bosse sono boite musungira sami senowa. Yala ola boaba. Tout bel ami, Ibokila Daniel Okuku Dangilae, Amao, Amawondena tout bel ami. Si c'est à fêter beau ce son nom, moi t'aime au sungira sami senowa, yala ola guava. Le bel ami, Ibokila Daniel Okuku Dangilae, Amao, Mawondena tout bel ami. Après la pluie c'est le beau temps, à que vaillant rien d'impossible. L'apparence n'est pas réalité, mon diamio. C'est le chien qui aboie la caravane de passe. Namanengele wa sonne polo, les mamouam na tena punya kwa bibosuka no songo. C'est le chien qui aboie la caravane de passe. Namanengele wa sonne polo, les mamouam na tena punya kwa bibosuka no songo. Yembe sonyolo mama Nouvelle amie mama Yembe sonyolo mama
Emba Sanyolo. Beautiful music there from Roger Tia, Le Chien Bois et Le Caravan Passe. That's one of the beautiful songs that Roger Tia has released in his career. One of his beautiful songs, one of his most beautiful songs. I didn't say he doesn't have others, but one of these, this beautiful song, Le Chien Bois et Le Caravan Passe, has been one of the favorites in his diary. All right. Permit me remind those of you just joining us this morning that those of you watching us live on our Facebook page, Home TV, YouTube channel, Home TV Cameroon, we are delighted to know that you are there for us. Spread the news, spread the message, share the link. It's free of charge. Just click on the share button and then you share to your friends, family members, wherever they are. That this morning we are reflecting about smiling. It's important for us to cultivate the habit of smiling. Just smile, even for nothing. Just because you are up today, just because you are alive, just smile and say, glory be to your ancestors, for they didn't forget you yesterday. But then do not forget that glory be to the man above, right? Yes. All right, this morning we are going to our next slot, and our next slot is Health Secret with Dr. Richard Froome. And this morning he wants to present to us or talk to us about witchcraft. We must not forget that we're in Africa, and in an African context, witchcraft is not exempted in anywhere. So do not feel as if you living in Chefeng, in the BLM division of the southern region of Cameroon, where I should say I may be confused, I may not be right. I'm not saying that there are so many witches and wizards there. You run away from it and go to let's say Mundemba, still in the southwest, thinking that there are no witches and wizards. Even here in Douala, they do exist. It's not written on one's faces, right? No, you cannot tell. So we just have to understand that we're in Africa, these things are real. Believe, whether you believe it or not, we're in Africa. Yes, we have a Christian belief, but then witchcraft was there before Christianity came. Not so? So let's visit Dr. Richard Froome this morning to edify us about witchcraft. If it happens, how can we prevent ourselves from witchcraft? Good morning, Dr. Richard Froome, and welcome on board.
Home secret. Today, I will be explaining or expatiating on issues that will create some awareness to help us realize why man is sick each day and looking for doctors, looking for healers, moving from one place to another with deplorable health situations. Why is it that man is always sick? Man, notwithstanding his knowledge, man has a well-developed brain, he has a mind, he has a spirit, he's controlled by the Spirit of God, but he's always sick. Sick, in need of doctors, in need of pastors, in need of prophets each day. But the animals in the wild, they don't know how to pray. They just eat anyhow. They don't even wash their food. They eat with very bad or harsh conditions, beaten by mosquitoes, insects. They wound themselves. They eat dirty food, infected food with bacteria, fungi, parasites, viruses, toxins. But they don't have doctors. They are always healthy. They are always fresh. They are always strong. But man, on the contrary, notwithstanding his well-developed brain, man is educated. Until we answer the question why, then the health of man will continue to decay with time. What do I mean by decaying with time? Those who have studied geography, if they say something decays with time, you hear of half-life. I mean, with time, the health of man will be deteriorating. The lifespan of man will be reducing with time until become a time that if man manages to reach 10 years or clock 10 years, it means he has tried. Man is sick because man is breaking the rules kept in place by his creator, the Almighty God, that will guide him. In a nutshell, most of our health problems are coming because of dietary divergence.
Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. You are once more welcome to Health Secrets. I'm your African doctor, African medicine man who deals with medicine. The one you know is healer, Dr. Richard Fru of the Garden of Eden Naturopathic Institute of West Africa with acronym GENUA. Today, I'll be talking on a wonderful topic, a topic that is not conventional. I'll be talking on witchcraft and evil spirit. Witchcraft, manipulation, and healing. We are living in a world that a physical world that is being ruled by the supernatural. That is what has been keeping us forbidden. It is knowledge from the forbidden tree of life. Supernatural knowledge is not classified. It's not an orthodox knowledge. It's knowledge that is kept secret, and that is where you get supernatural knowledge. They call it secret societies. These church people have been brainwashed, mummunized, their brains panabited, so much so that when they hear secret society, they think it means evil societies. And the people who have the secret society are very intelligent. They have demonized them so that they will keep the society away from it. Only a few will be connected to it to gain the hidden knowledge. It's just like some mumu people who have been brainwashed by mumu pastors and prophets. When they hear about cults, they think cult mean evil. They hear about occult, they means occult mean evil. So they say occultic means evil. Occult mean hidden. Occult knowledge mean hidden knowledge. Cult means religion. I mean, you people will learn something new today. I'm just releasing the hidden. And people are very intelligent. These sources of knowledge are being demonized, so they keep all the mumu people, which they have kept mumu cults. Churches are cults, religions are cults, but they are cults they are open cults. Make calls for all Jack and Jim. They go there and they are there to brainwash and mummonize them, make them sheep to be easily controlled and ruled. Why those in secret courts are the one ruling? Why those in open courts they are the sheep? Why those in secret courts they are the shepherds? Am I speaking to somebody? Yeah. So that is the knowledge. The knowledge I want people to get a bit today. Know these terms so that you should not be stupefying yourself, moving around and say, I pray, I go all occultic power. You are praying against hidden knowledge. How will you ever get the knowledge? When you pray against hidden knowledge, when you pray against cult or occultic knowledge, means you are praying against hidden knowledge. I pray against hidden knowledge. Then you will never have the knowledge. You will have those that they give you, they rub your brain with, where you go and say amen every day. Or you pray against call me, I pray against religion. Here you are in a religious house. So you see, people don't know the meaning, and people doubt. You go and go carry out research. Don't carry out research on religious sites, because religious site will give you the wrong meaning. Carry out research on knowledge site, where they give the real meaning, the origin, where they tell the origin of the word, that the word originated from here. It means this, it means this. Not those religious sites that will keep mummunizing your brain. So you know the meaning of the word cult, which means religion. So cult means religion. Occult means hidden. Hidden. Occultic means the hidden. Hidden information. I know this is something for many people will not understand. So they in our local, those are words used abroad. But in our own society, the hidden is found where they call secret society. Like of Nyamkwe, Obasanjo, Tekumbe, Kuifo, It doesn't mean that bad societies. It means society where the religious knowledge, special knowledge is hidden from the common man. It's from people, right? And when you even go into it, you have higher ranks. What the person has, just like what the Pope knows. That knowledge that the Pope knows that the cardinal does not know. What the cardinal knows that the bishop will not know. What the bishop knows that the reverend father will not know. What the reverend father knows that the catechist will not know. What the catechist knows that the honored man will not know. That is how knowledge is of realms. So even when you go even inside the courts or the occultic places where knowledge is hidden, is of realms. Of realms. So that is it. So I want my followers who follow me to stop being mumus. So you should understand the meaning of this word. Stop allowing all these people who go and just take some religious book, read, make 6 months, 2 years, 3 years in seminary, they brainwash them, they come and start preaching wrong things and deceiving you people. The world is a spiritual world. It is a world ruled by the supernatural. I will give simple example to show you how this world exists. For example, when you type your phone, okay, let me say something before I go into that, so people easily understand me. It is the supernatural that is manifesting as the physical. So everything that you see houses the spirit of the supernatural, a copy of the supernatural that you cannot see, that is being manifested as the physical. It means that you who is sitting there, you have 2 copies. There's a copy that is a shadow of you, the supernatural, that gives you your physical structure. Okay, if you don't understand, let me go to a simple gadget. Have you ever asked question why your video in your phone, your picture, you send it to somebody and the person receiving the phone exact copy, live like air, you don't see it. It appears in that person's phone, they become now something physical that person will see. How manage or a video or characters? So what happened? All these are conducted using hidden knowledge, occult knowledge, hidden knowledge that they want the ordinary man to understand. Be under who? So knowledge will be hidden, certain knowledge. So I'm just telling you what you are supposed to know. I'm not telling you what you are not supposed to know. I'm just giving you highlights so that your head should be ringing. I'm not giving you what you are supposed to know. I'm feeling a bit from the forbidden tree of knowledge. From the word forbidden, the tree of knowledge is forbidden from man. When you eat from it, your eyes will open. You will see your nakedness. Your nakedness means your ignorance. Your eyes mean your brain, your mind. And you become a master, and the master will be angry. That so this man has eaten from the tree, so you now know between good and bad. So you now like one of us, mean you become a master. And if everybody become a master, who will answer sir for another, who will rule another, who will serve another, who will be houseboy, who will be truck pusher, who will be motorboy, who will be driver. So I'm just telling you something. Let me come. You both should just calm down. Let me come. Okay. When you send your message from your phone, it goes to somebody's phone or a picture. How did that thing that you're seeing physical arrive in that place? Leave your phone. Did you see it? The physical was changed into an energy. The energy carried the futures of what is in your phone. Enter that other phone. That phone has been endowed with properties that will convert that energy to something physical, gain back that future. So, do you know how the world created? This world, the energy, the supernatural energy, the world has been made in such a way that it converts the supernatural energy into a physical something that our eyes can see, the physical that our eyes can see. Even these leaves that you see, when these leaves die, energy is not lost. Einstein equation, energy is never lost. When the leaves dies, the energy in this leaf leaves for another purpose, carry all the features of this leaf. That's why I can have this leaf, I charge the leaf, activate the power in the leaf, I speak and send that energy to manifest somewhere in somebody's life or something or on a property or something, depending accordingly. That is why people are evil. They will easily use the plans, use the energy, use your name or anything about you like a SIM, the SIM card that will receive the information, that will attract the information to come towards you. And they use your name like the code. They combine the plans. The energy leaves, come into your life and perfect what they have spoken, planted words that you perfect in you. Or evil, but I'm only using it for evil. Good people use it for good. The physical, what you are seeing here like video, I send it comes to your phone, is changed to a wave, an energy that carry the future. Then your handset, your phone or your computer have been built with future that will convert that energy back to another realm that carry those futures. And the realm you go depend on the energy you gathered here, your level of consciousness that you know about yourself, who you are. If you're too ignorant, you don't know who you are, you allow religious people to make you just be singing and dancing drum. You don't know who you are, but you're there singing, I know who I am. I'm a child of God, just singing. You don't know truly who you are, what you carry. Your conscious, your level of consciousness is so low. You go to a very low realm. The energy you catapult to a low realm. You have very little light. Because you go depending on the intensity of your light to a low realm. Because the heavens, the realms, not a place, they are realms of energy. Just like we are in the world, we are in realms. We are here, but we are of different realms, operating of different realms. My realm is different from your realm. It depends on your level of consciousness. That's why some people even eat knives. They will do certain things depending on their level of consciousness. Another person, only a pin will pierce the person will die. Another person will cut the leg. The level of consciousness, the person will not even feel pain. The person has a realm in which the person exists. So the will, I'm explaining all this to come about witches and spirit, what they call witches and evil spirit witches, and to make you know how to manipulate human beings and how you can solve the problem. I earlier said life is all about energy, higher energy rules. So if the energy is higher, if the energy of the evil spirit, the energy of the force that have been sent to you, the energy of the witch is higher than your own, it will rule over you. But if your own is higher, it will neutralize that one. It will rule over that one. It will even affect that one. So the secret is building your body energy. So how do these witches, what are evils, we call them negative energy. In holistic medicine, we call all negative energy, negative energies. In religion, they say evil spirits. Then they put the good one, call them positive energy. In religion, call them Holy Spirit. Then the negative energy, they call them bad spirit, demons. The good energy, they call the Holy Spirit. In medicine, we call the good ones, the good energy, positive energy. The bad one called negative energy. But they must exist. The omniscient creator of the universe makes the two must exist. Positive and negative will exist. That will bring a balance. If they are not, if one is not, the way will not be balanced. There must be a balance. Positive and negative energy. Even your current, your house, positive, negative. Everything positive, negative. In your life, positive, negative will exist. But everyone is for a purpose. But people misuse it. We all have. I used to tell people that when you move around chasing that demon and evil spirit, it is human being. If I want to, for example, if somebody wants to harm you, either the person does it or the person pays somebody to do it, and the person who is doing it to send that energy in you, that person does to send it out to picture that you see live things. This is a knowledge in which computers have been produced. And manipulate a plant, send an energy, enter your subconscious. The subconscious now gain the energy. The energy now manipulate your subconscious. Your subconscious work on it, then turn into pictures. You now see live pictures, people following you, chasing you here and there. Whereas somebody, human being, and if you follow a normal religion, you'll be dead, moving and casting demons, so you don't knowing that it's one human being somewhere sending the energy. Man has both the demon, the evil spirit, and the good spirit in him. He decides which to use each time for a purpose before using it for a wrong purpose. The negative energy is for you for battle, to fight enemies. Why they put everyone say Christ in me, their spirit in you. The religious people confuse your head. They tell the truth, turn it again. You keep looking up there. Somebody is up there called Christ.
Garden of Eden Naturopathic Institute of West Africa, Ginewa, our headquarters, Boya, Wonyamavio, Mile 18, Munya Road. Contact 674-286-493. Kumba, beside CPDM Hall, Kumba Town. Contact 674-288-671. Douala, besides Tropicana Ancien Route Beseke Bonaberry. Contact 674-289-523 or 695-936-243. Yaoundé, Biamasilak, from former Texaco, MRS, former Shells Mayor. Contact 674-289-112 or 657-018-758. Bamenda, Jumabo Mankan, Bamenda again, behind Total Commercial Avenue. Contact 677-319-866. Behind Légion de Gendarmerie. Contact 680-219-145 or 697-921-385. For consultations only, contact his healer, Dr. Richard Fro at 677-6.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and many thanks to Dr. Richard Fro for defining us about witchcraft. Those are the true realities in Africa. So even the white man's country, they too have witchcraft. Just that which makes theirs very different is that theirs, they use it for constructive purposes, while we use ours for destructive purposes. It's always important. Many have been saying that it's better for Africans to learn to copy from the whites, using their witchcraft to do better things, to help develop their continent rather than destroying it. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We are just to remind you all that who are just joining us that we are streaming live on our Facebook. On our press review slot this morning, we begin with the lone daily bilingual newspaper, which happens to be Cameroon Tribune. Cameroon Tribune this morning takes us on an interesting story that happened in Douala, whereby it's telling us about a worker who has been working for 3 years but decided to be giving her salary to a pastor. And the paper says that Douala le salaire au pasteur pendant 3 ans. If you want to get this story, read it on page 14 and 15 on today's edition of Cameroon Tribune. Still inside Cameroon Tribune, the paper says that Fenasco League B Games medal yet yesterday, and of course on April 15, individuals, we had individuals sports as well as a qualification in collective sport disciplines who have clinched medals, and we have been told that it is a central region that is topping the medal chart so far. You can get details of the events on page 27 in Cameroon Tribune today. In Cameroon Tribune this morning still, you can get another story like agricultural mechanization and new tractors to boost agriculture or boost production. The equipment worth over 180 million francs were handed over to beneficiary farmer organizations in Yaoundé yesterday, April 15, 2025. They are expected to step up maize, cassava, meat and milk production in the country. You can get details of the event, which was chaired by the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Gabriel by Robin, on page 9 in today's edition of Cameroon Tribune. Let's leave Cameroon Tribune this morning on the stands to get down to the Eagle's Eye. The Eagle's Eye this morning takes a zoom on an international honor for Cameroon. The paper says that Honorable Injum Prudencia receives prestigious Global Woman Award. The award didn't grab a copy of today's edition of the Eagle's Eye as the lone top story. Other stories are in the paper, which you can equally read. We leave the Eagle's Eye this morning to go to Cameroon Echoes. Cameroon Echoes says that Ndian Defender Badway Cultural and Development Association 2025 Rich Cultural Heritage exhibited development plans, peace paths redefined. Details of this Defender Badway Cultural and Development Organization event you can read on page 6 and 7 in today's edition of Cameroon Echoes. In Cameroon Echoes still, the paper talks about Kumba ready for construction of liquid gas production distribution plant. This is an event that the city mayor of Kumba, Greg Mewano, announced last week, talking about that Kumba is ready to host a gas plant in the southwest region of Cameroon. You can get details of that story on page 9 in today's edition of Cameroon Echoes. We leave Cameroon Echoes to go to Newswatch, which is in the stand this morning of Ndi Eugene. The paper equally says that moment of reckoning for 7,900 Cameroonians in US as deportation beckons. A paper which of course says that some 7,900 Cameroonians who have been living in the United States under a designation called temporary protected status or TPS, risk deportation in June following President Trump's latest move to end legal protections for thousands of immigrants legally living in the country. The spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security on Friday confirmed the decision, which will also affect approximately 14,600 Afghans. And the paper says that the U.S. government watch. And of course, we are leaving News Watch this morning to get down to another paper on the stand, which of course it is municipal update of Chambama Victor. The paper says in a commentary that weak opposition produces weak coalition. This is another interesting story you can read in today's edition, going by William Kumedem at Democracy Work Foundation. Coalition should be exploit more in Africa because they offer greater inclusivity, diverse ideas and leadership capacity, according to Sebastian Carl Dortmann in his PhD dissertation at the Cornell University. Approximately 1/3 of the world's states are competitive authoritarian regimes where oppositions parties compete against powerful incumbents that skew political for position at the Garden Post of Nga Christian. The Garden Post equally pays tribute to former Works Minister Jerome Etta, who dies yesterday. And you can get attributes his portfolio as far as today's edition of the Garden Post is concerned on page 10. And of course, still inside the Garden Post this morning, CPDM Party of Flame in flames. Former Minister Ange Angwine resigns as divisional party head. The Paikoli Caesar Famdengo punctuous move by Kaba Yege's Director of Cabinet to mobilize support for Bia. Lake CPDM Councilor cries violation of the government bailout. You want to get to understand just how the CDC I equally always encourage Cameroonians to go to the stands, grab on the paper that caught attention. Always learn to feed the indulgence, for if you are never informed what happens to you, you are deformed. Right? Did I say anything? All right, that's how we are going to roll here this morning. We are going to digest
Doya Besokande Niendolo, amour confidentiel. Philippe Miloko, le phénomène. Niendolo, Dola Besokande Niendolo, Dola Besokande Niendolo, Dola Besokande Niendolo, Dola Besokande Niendolo. Ikena bande na usawa amuja mla kisimba Suelemba umangi ya mam Agnes Amour charnel. J'ai besoin d'un amour intime. Arnaud Laguna. Osalaka, Omanyaka, Osalaka, Omanyaka, Osalaka, Omanyaka, Osalaka, Omanyaka, Tourni sauter, sauter à die. Tourni sauter, sauter à die. J'aime ça, j'aime ça, j'aime ça, j'aime ça, j'aime ça. Omanyaka, Osalaka, Omanyaka, Osalaka, Omanyaka. La Seigneur incontournable. J'aime ça, j'aime ça, j'aime ça, j'aime ça.
Niendolo. Past life been so far 8 years down the line. So we shall be talking about that in the course of this edition program this morning, and we are going now to our next club, which happens to be a discovery.
This is the Sahara Desert, a killing land. A place where only the bravest dare to venture. The Sahara Desert holds secrets and stories that have yet to be uncovered. In this episode, we'll explore the Sahara, uncovering its hidden wonders and learning about the challenges it faces today. From its rich cultural history to the incredible wildlife that call this desert home. Come with us as we journey deep into the heart of the Sahara. The Sahara is also home to a rich cultural history, with evidence of human habitation dating back over 8,000 years. The nomadic Berber people, for example, have lived in the Sahara for centuries and continue to do so today, surviving off the land and maintaining a close relationship with their environment. But the Sahara is not without its challenges. Climate change is having a major impact on this desert, causing its boundaries to As the sun sets on the Sahara, one might think that the struggle for survival would finally come to an end. But in this land of extremes, the challenges never cease. For as the temperatures soar the heat. In the Sahara, the nights are as unforgiving as the days, with temperatures dropping to below There is calmness in the surroundings, which is a good sign of relief. But what? There is something terrible hidden behind this calmness. Sandstorm, a bad news. As the winds pick up and the sand whips through the air, the dunes start to shift and change. It's easy to become disoriented in the midst of a storm, and even the most seasoned desert traveler must be cautious. If you ever visit Sahara, How would you memorize the directions? Did you ever think about this case? The dunes are constantly shifting, and what appeared to be a clear path one moment could be completely blocked. Storm hits, or else you may find yourself lost in the vast and unforgiving expanse of the Sahara Desert. Despite the harsh conditions of the Sahara, the desert is also home to a diverse range of wildlife. Venomous species that has adapted to survive in this inhospitable environment. Another reptile commonly found in the Sahara is the lizard. These tough creatures have evolved to survive in the extreme heat. With some species able to absorb next to the largest mammals, the Sahara is a place where life has found a way to survive and thrive. It is a testament to the resilience of nature and the many species that call this desert home.
Come.
The Sahara is not only a harsh and unforgiving landscape, but it is also home to the nomadic Tuareg people. These nomads have lived in the desert for generations and have learned to survive its many challenges. The Tuareg are known for their continuous migration in search of water and food for themselves and their life. Livestock. They have a deep understanding of the desert and are able to navigate its vast expanses with remarkable ease.